Okay, so coming up next is something of a treat. This is a piece of music that appears in my favourite movie of all time, which is, as you know, well done, Howard the Duck. So this is a piece of music from The Exorcist, and we are going to hear a very, very special performance of this on the harp. This is Mike Oldfield's Tubular Bells theme from The Exorcist. It's going to be performed by Mera Royle, who is the BBC Radio 2 Young Folk Musician of the Year. Now, just so you know, the way this piece of music ended up in The Exorcist was that William Friedkin, the director, was looking for a theme that would kind of sound like a little childish theme for Reagan, the young girl. And he was going through a bunch of records and he couldn't find anything he liked. They already had a score that was written by Lalo Schifrin. He was a very famous composer. Friedkin hated it so much, he ripped it off the recording panel and threw it out into the parking lot and said, "Never darken my towels again." And then he was going through a series of white labels and he put on the first few minutes of Tubular Bells by Mike Oldfield. He didn't have any cover, it didn't have a name on it, and he said, "That's it, that's what I want. I really like that sound." He never listened to the rest of the record. He didn't know that for the rest of the record it turns into this kind of guide to the orchestra. And Mike Oldfield didn't sign off on the film, didn't know his music was in it until it came out, and then decided that he didn't like the movie very much anyway. However, overnight, it made him a millionaire, became one of the biggest selling albums of all time, not least because it was connected to The Exorcist. This is a brilliantly creepy piece of music. You know that we've been showing clips at the background. Don't worry. It's okay. The clips are all fine. There's nothing really, really, really creepy. So, close your eyes. Imagine the cold fingers on the back of your neck as we enjoy this fantastic piece of music with Mera Royle. Two things. Firstly, wasn't that brilliant? Secondly, there is a really weird thing about The Exorcist, which is that some weird things happen around the film. I mean, you know, the whole thing, there was a big story about it being cursed and, oh, that's all nonsense and blah-de-blah-de-blah. When they were making the film, the set burnt down twice, both times on a Sunday. One of the reels of film, when it was being transported around the world, spontaneously combusted. And when we tried to play clips from it here at the Gaiety, the computer blew up. All these years later, all that stuff is, you know, still going on. Anyway, so that was brilliant. So.